King Charles III has been officially crowned, and he has been in the spotlight for decades, of course. Yet, not many know everything about the monarch. And as he has now taken on the role that he has been preparing for almost his entire life, let's just take a closer look at the making of this man. What's his story? His many avatars, the many controversies, and what he really stands for, what he believes in. And also, what changes, if any, could he bring to the British monarchy? Our next report, getting you all that you need to know.
The story begins in 1948, during the reign of George VI. On November the 14th that year, Princess Elizabeth and Prince Philip had their first child. They named him Charles, a name with a colourful and complicated royal history. 4 years after Charles was born, his grandfather passed away and his mother ascended the throne. This made him the heir apparent. He automatically assumed traditional titles, and it was clear that one day he would be king. But he had to wait for 7 decades, a time long enough to make his life an open book, from his schooling to his misadventures to his marriage, divorce and affairs. His entire life played out on the world stage, no matter how hard he tried to keep things private. When he was 14 years old, he was sent to attend Gordonstone, his father's school in northeast Scotland. After school, Charles broke royal tradition. Instead of joining the British Armed Forces, he went straight to university. He attended the Trinity College during his first year, the University College of Wales in his second year, and graduated from the University of Cambridge with a Bachelor of Arts. This made him the first British heir apparent to earn a university degree. It's another matter that he was awarded his master's degree instead of earning it. After college, Charles immediately assumed royal duties. He was sent on several state visits. This included a visit to the United States in 1971, where he was treated as a royal dignitary.
Little did we expect that the first...
He was even given a room at the White House. Historians say American President Richard Nixon was trying to set him up with his daughter Tricia. He even arranged for his daughter to be seated next to Charles at every occasion. Charles had quite the playboy image in his 20s. They called him the Casanova Prince. He lived a life that was more Hollywood than many Hollywood stars. Reports say this was probably because of his great-uncle, Lord Mountbatten. Reports also claim that between 1968 to 1980, Charles dated about 20 women. The list included the daughter of Chile's ambassador to the UK, the daughter of the Duke of Wellington, and a wildlife documentary filmmaker. His long string of romances resulted in his girlfriends being dubbed as Charlie's Angels, a joke even his family and friends would often chip into. But in 1971, he met the true love of his life, Camilla Shand, now the Queen of the UK. The affair was not permissible at that time, so Charles ended the relationship and continued his rendezvous. In 1977, he started romancing Lady Sarah Spencer, the older sister of Princess Diana. The relationship did not last because Charles was smitten by Diana. She was 16 at that time. Charles was 29. But he did not pursue Diana until 1981. After months of courtship, he proposed to Diana.
Difficult to find the right sort of word, isn't it, really? Just delighted and happy. And I'm amazed that she's been brave enough to take me on.
I pronounce
that they be man and wife together.
It was February 1981. The two got married the same year in July.
Amen.
Some say it was a marriage of convenience. Diana was awestruck by Charles's position and stature, and Charles was looking to settle down after a string of failed relationships. Five years and 2 children later, the marriage ran into trouble. They say it was because of the couple's incompatibility. But there was also infidelity. By 1986, Charles had resumed his affair with Camilla. This was his personal life. Most of it has been heavily reported by the British media. But here are some lesser-known facts about the king. Stories and habits which might give you an idea on how he'll be as king.
I got that.
Remember how he was spotted throwing a regal tantrum over a pen? The pen kept leaking. The king got irritated and started swearing. To many, this seemed arrogant, but to those who knew Charles, said this was Charles being Charles. The king is notorious for such tantrums and eccentricities. His staff used to call him the pampered prince. His eating habits are equally intriguing. Whenever the prince travels, he reportedly takes his breakfast boxes along. They include 6 types of honey and special types of muesli. Reports say Charles runs his Aston Martin only on biofuel made from surplus English wine.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.